Okay, so sorry, my recording device was, heated up so much, so I'll continue using the iPad. I'm sorry if the audio will not be so good, but we have to do what we have to do. So I was explaining before that the Luo of Kenya, watching this, you know that the history that we were taught in school claims that we came from Bara Gazelle in originally Sudan, now South Sudan. And we moved along River Nile, rested in PAKWACH, and proceeded to Kenya. But it does not mention any other Luo group that exists. And that's why it's still a mystery and a surprise today that there are other Luo groups, and that's why I came to Ethiopia to try and interview the Anewaa. Okay, so back into history. Does the history of the Anewaa involve going to PAKWACH? Or does it touch on PAKWACH, currently northern Uganda?
Yeah, frankly speaking, I've not come across of the name of the PAKWACH.
Oh, PAKWACH.
There are some other places which is not very clear to me where they are about. We have a place called Panduam and New Bull. When we talk to the people, just they put their hand to the western part. It's that direction. This was the direction only. Exactly as I put it, as part people are not well up and Anewaa history are not well explored. Not yet. Nothing has been done for it. It's still fresh up to now. That's why you will not get exactly like what you are doing now, where people came about.
Oh, okay.
So New Bull and they are so in that direction.
Okay, so this is a challenge to the young Anewaa people, or people, the Anewaa people with good education and also good financial capacity. It's a challenge to explore the history of the Anewaa further, to give answers to the questions that have been asked and those that have not been asked. It's a challenge to you. I can do my bit. I will try to go as deep as I can, but we all know that only the Anewaa can go as deep as the Anewaa is concerned, more than the Luo of Kenya. But we are all Luo and we have the same objective. I do my part, you do your part. We have a common objective of informing the Luo. My viewers also asked me to ask the question, in your history or in the current life of the Anewaa, is there intermarriages between the Anewaa and other Luo subgroups?
Well, within here, and no subgroup you can say it, except areas where people live about, because the Anewaa are being divided about according to the rivers. They are a silent people. Silent when we say SALIENT, those who are living at the bank of the rivers. And that's the language. I don't know whether you might have come across. So these people, very few who can be outside from the rivers. And then they are being given a names according to the rivers they have been living and are partly outside from the river. What they call Lupena group, but it's still the same. And Alwaro group, this is the rivers now. They have the same language and everything. And outside people, when we say the group, which they call it Lul, just upland dry, where water will not reach. I can call it in that term anyway, upland dry. I don't know whether you may have another language, English, actually, that could be defined in the way you could. And then other people, Gila people who live along the Gila bank. Third, another group, Nyikani. Nyikani people, they are not exactly a place like this where we call these rivers, but The place is something like swamp, are being, covered by different small streams. And then, the place also in the last, some years back, had been covered by this what we call hippo, these animals, and then the next, things are different. Yeah. So you might have a certain name. They call it Nyakani in Anywaa. It's a place where people are, or the rivers are being divided in the whole area.
Oh,
And then the last one, Kobo. Kobo is another river also, Kobo people. And then Adon, they are a bit outside from this Kobo, but there's another name called, another river called Obot, in which actually they live along it, but people mostly depend on some duck well. So these are the places. Now we can call it a sort of a groups, but not a groups. Language is the same. Everything.
So, but is there intermarriages between the Anewaa and Acholi, Anewaa and Shilluk, Anewaa and Lur?
Well,
or mostly the Anewaa are just marrying among themselves.
Anewaa they marry themselves mostly long time ago. But when they come together, they want to marry themselves, but they're departed a little bit. If you go to the South Sudan, few people marry themselves with them. But actually, for instance, one of the married my daughter.
Oh, okay.
She's in America with her husband now. So there are some other people like that. But the most thing that we can consider, we are not close to each other. People, stay apart, different long distance.
Geographically.
Geographically, we will not meet together.
Oh, okay.
That's why they could not have intermarriage. But I'm dead sure if they come together, they want to marry themselves, because this language may attract us to come as showing that we are brothers.
Yes.
Let me tell you this. Recently, I have been in Kenya for my eyes treatment. I went to the hospital. The hospital I went, the doctor sees a lady. She's what we call tribe of blue boy, tomboy.
Tomboy.
How do we call them?
Luo.
Yeah.
Tomboy.
No.
Luo Basuba?
Yeah, they are subgroup. Which come almost near to group.
Yeah, I know, Kala Basuba, the Bantu group that
Not
joined
a Bantu,
got
they are
assimilated.
in Luo, actually, we don't omitted them out from that. Why I forget it? I know very well. Yeah, they speak Luo together. So that woman, let me take the story, let it be there, you can get it. Later on, you by yourself.
Yeah.
Because if I mention the name now, you say really. It's a part. Because as far as it's not our subject, it might make us like that. But I know it is my mouth, in my mouth always. So I wonder, we met her. When we speak with my son and his cousin who is with me, she is fully understanding us. So he resorted that to get us, there is a certain form to be filled up. See, what is that form? When she ordered that, she looked for one of the Alur lady from Uganda, but she is working in Kenya, hospital, Plaza, Dr. Plaza Hospital. And then that girl came and said, you take this form, fill it with that guy. She is telling to let my son participate in filling the form with the lady. That lady came with the form. When they start, because this guy is called John Okello. My son is Okello. But Christian name is John.
John.
John Okela. That's why she immediately recognized these are the Luo tribe people. When they filling the form, they left English.
Okay.
They come to the Luo language. Yeah. So funny thing.
Yeah.
And then when I come across the Luo language is spoken is original one. It's very interesting, very smooth, and it attracted me highly. But immediately, actually, I kept it secret in my heart. And then when they finished their word, I called, you guy, you got your sister. Take your best.
Yeah, so I will take this as a recommendation for the young people. Go out, find the other little groups, marry their daughters, marry their sons. We are one. So I bet you also would encourage the Anywaa the young people who can now travel to go out to get the spouses from Luo Kenya, from Uganda, from South Sudan, and they become one. Right.
Frankly speaking, might not know. We have been very few. That language is spoken now, or you speak to me, is sincerely is the language we have been longing for. But we could not get a chance. We have been alert to know the condition in Kenya with you and what are happening. There was a time which I got disappointed. Dr. Ogot, which had been killed in this field. I read a certain book which had been written by him. It's really, and some history about him is really sorrowful. It's not good. There was another guy also being written. Anyway, there are some people who are really, your Luo are well educated.
Yeah, that's right.
But there is one problem which is really, I don't know where it came about. That's why I did say to you, the Luo are not free in this world. Not in particular, wherever they are, they suffer. Some years back, when we were still young, the war which took place in Nigeria between central government and Biafra, they are part of war. They are part of war. What we call it right. Under the leader of Ojiko. And these people will have the same common name. Ujo, what, and so on. Yeah.
So,
Anyway, you are documenting this?
Yes.
Yes, you can. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will,
whatever you say.
yeah. Now I will maybe ask, in the culture of the Anywaa, was polygamy accepted or not?
Well accepted.
Well accepted. What is the name of, and how far can you go? 4 wives, 3 wives, or the number is not defined?
The number is not defined exactly. It depends on your wealth.
Okay. So more wealth?
More well, you marry 10 women, 20 women, 30 women. It's up to you.
And what's the name of the first wife in Anywaa?
In Anywaa? Well, actually, you consider her because the other fellow, they call the first wife is mother.
Yeah, but in Anywaa, for Luo of Kenya, first wife is Mikai, second wife is Oh, I forgot. In Yareru? Yes.
Well,
the
actually, we have no exactly, but the first one can be Tyre, can be called as Dyer. Dyer is a respected one, like a husband, and the other actually, you call them the same.
Oh,
Because those who follow her, they call this woman as a mother.
oh. In the Anewaa, culturally, when someone is born, they're considered children. At some point, they graduate and become adults. Was there a ceremony that signifies that Ojulu is now a man? Like in other cultures, they have, in my culture, at a certain age, they were supposed to remove the 6 lower teeth. Once the 6 lower teeth are removed, now you're considered an adult. Now you can marry or you can be married. Before that, you were considered a child. So at around, I think 16, 17, going to 18, people were removing 6 lower teeth. And my grandmother, for example, has 6 lower teeth removed. And she told me that this was an indication that now she's a grown person.
Woman.
Yes, she's now a woman and not a girl. Is there such a cultural practice in Anewaa in the past or today?
Well, it had been. Even for instance, now me, I have no lower teeth.
Okay.
It had been removed. So when in Anewaa, when you raise almost now 15 years or 8 years, 8 years or 7 years, 8 years. When you lose the can teeth, they're too sharp. When you lose them, just let them get out and you replace them. It's the time now you are ready to be mature. They can remove your teeth. Now, for the young boy, reaching about 15, you will see that actually the breast and starting to give a sound like it's swelling. That is an indication of being mature. You are ready to be. And the lady also will have typical of that breast will start coming. So there's where now people will be seen that almost crossing to be mature. Probably thinking for marriage and so on, they don't marry themselves in this age. In the past, you have to reach to 20 or 20 something. But it may drop to 18. 18 mostly, scarcely you will get it. But today, this is a different story now. People are getting out of the culture and so on. They are reaching to 15 years or 14 years or so. They may know each other. So in the past, before 18 years, you don't meet.
Yeah, but the 6 lower teeth were removed.
Yeah.
For you, it was an indication now you're a man. But I think for Kach, you have your 6 lower teeth, right? So at what point did you stop removing the 6
this
lower
one,
teeth and why?
It was, 1980. It was the time when we take action against this culture revolution. For a boy, lower teeth to be removed. For instance, I think the guy who is with you now, his teeth is not removed. He's with him. And there are some others, cultural things, traditionally. It's mixing some boarding, some sport and decoration and so on. That have been, we avoid this. This would have been done in my time. Partly me, I may introduce myself. I have been as administrator of a certain district. Certain districts, not in one particular. So these things are been done in my time. That was done in my time. and also things are being avoided. So now you don't see somebody's teeth is being removed. You don't see somebody's body is being decorated and just make some sort of, I know the name actually, cut or something like that.
Dot.
Yeah?
Some dots.
Yeah, dots. A small not dot. It's got a particular name for it actually. It's not because I'm blind nowadays. So, yeah, these things are well avoided. And today now, we are trying to cope up with the world body.
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to tell the Luo, not just the Anywaa, but Luo of Kenya, all the Luo of Uganda, Luo of Congo, Luo of South Sudan, and if there's any other Luo anywhere in the world, what would you like to tell them as a parting shot?
Well, I could have it. I've been longing, but the sons will not allow me to do so. If I could, I would rather say that you have to get together and let them get one state for themselves. Luo is a certain tribe in the world. They are more clever and very wise in their talents. But I don't know why they do suffer like this. People fear Luo because this one, I don't mean that I don't take it as a fear to us, but people fear Luo. To get opportunity, if they get opportunity, they can be a different people. I think I took this as one of the problems. Wherever you go, you see them, they are in chains. They suffer a lot. You go to Kenya, you know very well.
Yes, I know. I'm kidding, yes.
You go to Uganda, you see them, they suffer. You know what has been going on here. You go to Congo, you see that you who are there also are suffering most. South Sudan, yes, like that. South Sudan, Ethiopia, the same. So, I don't know what will the young Luo generation would think about. Okay, let them be in the different places. Why not they united? And let them know each other. Make a sort of practices of sharing the view like what you are doing today. Knowing each other, knowing brothers. We lost in a different world, mostly in Africa. Luo, a lot of Luo tribe, though what we call the Luo tribe, exactly, and we call Luo tribe, not the Luo. We speak the same language. We don't consider them alone. There are some other Luo, like I mentioned it to you. If you go to Ghana, you see them. You go to Nigeria, you see them. That to say, what we call Sudan Kingdom is being overcome by the Luo. From the Sudan up to Gold Coast. Gold Coast, not the Gold Coast, Gold Coast. So, though it will remain in history, I don't know. It's not a dream or something, I don't know if we can get together. Let us forget the other part. South Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, Gambella or Ethiopia, that's what we call Gambella. If they could know themselves and knowing that they are one and they are brothers, it would be a great thing. And maybe if we make a sort of unification, there will be a time in which we will come together to the south.